Thank you for your passion, your commitment, and your energy, which you bring to the room to create lasting change. With you, we have been able to build a fantastic postcode lottery here in Britain. More than ever, I think we need each other's strength in the joint fight for justice.
2018 was another year where we set big targets to increase our player base and ultimately increase the amount that we raise for good causes every month. Someone's knocking on the door, somebody's ringing the bell.
AMREF Health Africa's ambition is the same as my own, to end female genital mutilation in Africa, and we won't stop until every girl in Africa or beyond can again be the woman of her dreams. Players of People's Postcode Lottery are also supporting AMREF's new campaign, Health in Her Hands, which aims to shine and light on the women like me working across Africa to better their health in their communities. I can tell you with full conviction, the time for change is now. Girls are standing up for their own rights. Communities are looking for change, and the solution is in our hands. Together, we should, we can, and we are creating a better world for a generation of girls to come.
Thank you, Nice. Thank you, Nice. You are a true leader not only to women and girls in Africa, but a true leader to all of us here together. So I'm deeply humbled, but it's my honor to, in your name, to award AMREF Health Africa and you with the Postcode Hero Award.
Thank you.
I stand here today because my mother believed in education. My mother, born into poverty in North Borneo, left school because she had to work. She was the sole breadwinner for her family. Her mother before her had an arranged marriage and had 9 children. I am the first generation of women from my mother's family to choose who I married, how many children I had, and to finish my education. And that's why I am proud to be here to contribute to our mission of rights for all. As you know, these are challenging times, and even the smallest locally run organizations are having to compete for funding. Never has the support of our players been so important to so many. I am delighted to announce that we have a new charity total. To date, our players have raised £404 million.
To everyone in this room, first of all, this is a spectacular organization. This is, I think it's the 3rd largest donor in the world. That's like just behind Bill Gates, and this is a really special thing.
One of our main foundation projects is one to do with courts, and basically the idea is courts are usually the best way for people's human rights to be protected and upheld, but in many countries around the world they're actually being used to oppress and suppress people's rights. And so we're looking at particularly vulnerable groups that include journalists, women and girls, religious minorities, LGBT, so groups that are actually being targeted through the courts, where governments are basically hiding behind judges and prosecutors to silence people when they get criticized or to oppress groups who are sort of minorities or women. We're conducting monitoring all over the world. So we've got people in courtrooms who are taking notes about what's happening. They're using an app that we've developed with Microsoft to record the results, and the idea is, A, we can actually fight for justice in individual cases, we can fund or conduct advocacy when there has been an injustice in an individual case, but over time, we're also gathering data in a way that will allow us to plot all of the countries of the world in a justice index. And that can be useful for many reasons in terms of, well, which countries should people be investing in and which countries should be receiving aid, et cetera. And it's just something that doesn't exist at the moment. So we have a way of knowing whether an election is free or fair. We have indexes that measure corruption and other things, but we don't know at the moment the extent to which judicial systems are being abused. So we want to fill that gap.
What motivates both of you? Because you don't have to do all this extraordinary work that you do. Why are you both so driven and that you've come together with a core purpose to achieve something and to leave the world different?
Well, I grew up in the 60s in the States, so we had, you know, the civil rights movement and the women's rights movement and the anti-Vietnam War movement, and that generation, the generation that I grew up with, you had to be involved. You were required to. It was part of your DNA. But you know, I didn't grow up in a place. I look at, you know, I feel as if most of the things that happen to both of us, but you know, to all of us in the room in a way, a lot of the good things that happen is there's some luck involved. You know, you create a lot of luck, but you need some luck. You need a break along the way. And I look around and think, well, if you ended up getting lucky, then you should share that luck and you should spread it out. It should be spread very thin along a lot of people who need it. I've always felt that way, and I was raised that way from a very young age. And Amal and I, from the minute we've been together, always felt that, you know, we felt like finding each other was one of the luckiest things we could ever do. And we felt like, well, everyone should have a piece of luck like that.
I have been asked to present this evening the People's Postcode Lottery Hero Award to Amal and George Clooney. It's a tough job, but somebody has to do it. And that's not all.
Creativity, collaboration, solutions. Dream Fund allows charities to think big, and at a total of £3 million, tonight they are thinking bigger than ever before.